Hello then and a very good evening. A special guest joining me today as we bring you all the action that happened last night. Dalma Chabar alongside me and we're going to be talking about everything that happened last night. From 8 teams we're down to 6 and that's because the Netherlands and Brazil are out of the tournament. Dramatic manner in which we saw the two teams go out. Dalma, first things first, which match would you say really got you jumping?
Honestly, both of them, because I was supporting Brazil and I was supporting Argentina, and their games were like back to back.
Yeah.
And both the games were full of so much of drama. We saw both the games end in penalty shootouts, and I was off my chair for both the games.
Just what you want as a neutral, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that when Brazil and Croatia went into penalty shootouts, I was like, we all knew Croatia was going to take it.
Yeah.
But then that happened for Argentina. I was like, I don't want the repeat of Brazil. I just don't want to see that. So I think I would rate, like, if there's one that I have to rate more, it was Argentina, definitely, because we want Messi to go through and through the season.
All right, so we know now who you're supporting in this tournament, even though there's 6 teams left.
Yeah.
But having said that, this World Cup continues to just bamboozle us all and give us these moments of magic. Yesterday, both these games, in fact, being absolutely fantastic for the neutral, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And like for me, there have been so many strong statements by so many teams, and it just justifies that ranking, like world ranking, it's just a number. It's nothing more than that. Yeah. And on a given day, any team can perform, and any team is capable of doing that. And we've seen it. And a lot of the supporters, a lot of the fans were so confident that Brazil is probably going to have it easy. But we see Brazil being knocked out, and we saw a lot of tears. We saw lots of drama. So
a lot of emotion there, and we're going to be talking about each of those instances that happened, not just in that match, but the other match as well, which is what we're going to start the conversation with. The second quarterfinal, which happened late at night. 2-2 the scoreline after full time, and Argentina taking it with the penalty shootout. 4-3 on the penalty shootout. Your thoughts when you look back at the match? First things first, 2-2, the right scoreline, the fair scoreline, you would say?
I think it is what it is, because Netherlands scored a beautiful free kick. Let's be honest, it was very smart in a way. They didn't work hard, they worked smart, and then they got it, and it was like towards the end. But for me, I think Argentina had it right from the beginning, and we saw that, and we saw especially Messi when he took out that first assist and that pass through 4 players.
Nobody really knows what a sight of Molina there.
Exactly. And that is the magic of Argentina in this World Cup, that they're able to produce things that none of us really expected Argentina to do that. And I think since Copa America, they've come out as a side which can be seen of doing great things.
They had a 36-game unbeaten run coming into the tournament. It was only the most unlikely team in the group that put an end to that. And probably it was that instance, would you say, that really fired the team up?
It did. And a lot of players from the team as well agreed that it was a blessing in disguise for them, that they probably thought that they had it easy, because they were one of the favorites entering into the World Cup. And I think after that loss against Saudi Arabia, they really pulled up their socks, and we can see them performing so well. But again, reflecting back to the game, I feel like Netherlands could have done better, much better than what they did yesterday tactically. I feel like they lacked that cohesiveness. They lacked playing as a unit. They lacked that kind of organization in the team where we could see the players were everywhere. They didn't know what to do, and there was a lot of pressure on the team, knowing that they were going against a side like Argentina, which had likes of Messi, and Messi on a given day, he can produce anything,
which he did. That not just the goal there. It's something that we've not been able to put here. It's that assist to Molina. What are your thoughts about that magic assist, the way I'd like to call it?
I mean, again, it's Messi. You never know what he's going to do, and when he has the ball, it's literally magical what he can do. And it's the ball is stuck to his feet. He's so clinical, and he's got a vision where he knows where his team players are going to be at a given time, at that moment. So I feel it's just magical. And with him, he's played so many games over the years. He scored in number, so many goals. He's had so many assists. So that man knows what he's doing. And
we're going to continue to talk about Leo Messi, because such was was his performance yesterday. He's continued to dazzle all of us throughout the tournament. He is one of the leading goal scorers as well. I think his tally now is at 4. He's only behind Kylian Mbappe for that golden boot. But yesterday's performance, 6 shots, most final passes in the final third, that's 20 for Leo Messi. Most chances created also going to Leo Messi with 3. Most duels won. So again, that creator role that he's now been looked at somebody who's more of a creator now.
Yeah.
He's obviously a goal scorer as well, which is why we see that goal also against his name. A very well taken penalty, you would say, because he went for the side netting.
Yeah, and like both the times, even when he took one in like the penalty shootout, it was different.
Yeah.
And then he had the goalkeeper like totally confused, and like just looking at the stat, like most duels won, most fouls won. Messi, there was a time when Messi was known as a lazy player, that he would be walking most of the time and like he would just score easy opportunities. But I feel like when we look at the stats now, we know what the man is capable of doing. We know what kind of a player he is.
Absolutely.
And yeah, for Argentina, we've seen him do everything. We've seen him get angry.
You interestingly talked about many in the football circles saying that perhaps Leo Messi has that lazy image. He doesn't track back. Louis van Gaal, the Netherlands coach, also was of that opinion, I would say. And possibly those comments that were made by Louis van Gaal were just what Leo Messi needed ahead of the quarterfinals, with that celebration of his as well, right towards the end after the full-time whistle, right? That could have played a role as well, you'd think?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think there are a lot of elements in that, because like I said before, that I've never seen Messi track back, till the defense line, win the balls, create those chances, and then push up. And we know he's capable of doing that. And then we know that what kind of a desire he has, and that he's really looking forward to the trophy, whatever may come his way.
When you look at these staggering numbers, in fact, those are the numbers of a complete player, aren't they?
They are, definitely. And he's such he's a player who's got it all. We know that he's been criticized for a lot of things, but we know he's as humble as a player gets.
Absolutely.
And still he's got that side, that aggression to him as a player, which is positive, which is needed, and which gets him on the stat sheet, which gets him on the score sheet. And I feel like that seems to work in his favor a lot.
Right. So Leo Messi, the man in charge over there for Argentina, ensuring that Argentina go a step closer to that elusive World Cup trophy in their case, one would say. And so that was as far as the second quarter final goes. But let's now also throw some light on what many are calling the upset. Would you call it an upset?
I will. I definitely will. I was one of the people, one of the fans who were like, Brazil's gonna have it. Brazil's gonna make it. We're definitely gonna see an Argentina versus Brazil semi-final. So for me, it was an upset. Yes, it was. But I mean, the best team won, definitely. Like Croatia, they left everything out there on the field. But it was an upset for me, because I was definitely looking forward to Brazil do really well, and it has been 20 years, and again they've been knocked out from either quarterfinals or round of 16.
Not been able to get past the quarters.
So they've had a bad run, and like this year I was really counting, because they've been called the golden generation of Brazil.
Absolutely. When you look at that bench strength, you for a reason, they were being touted as the number 1 contenders for this year's World Cup. But as fate would have had it, Brazil are out of the tournament, and that's because 4-2 was what the scoreline on the penalty shootout read. Let's just quickly have a look at some of the important numbers from the game last night, from the first quarterfinal between Croatia and Brazil. When you look at these numbers, Nalima, it's pretty much one-sided when you look at shots on target. There's only that one shot which they managed to convert, but otherwise Croatia did give Brazil a run for their money. You look at the number of passes, well, just about a difference of 10 passes, number of fouls being committed the same, and the possession as well. It's not like they were falling back at all times. They were competing with Brazil toe-to-toe.
They definitely were, and I feel like Brazil did start off really well. First 20 minutes, Brazil totally controlled the game. But I think the midfield in Modric, Brozovic, and I'm forgetting. Kovacic. So like that midfield, they won all the balls. They controlled the game, and I feel like once they were able to regain that possession over and over, we could see Brazil was under immense pressure, because they were denied of a few shots, a few scoring opportunities.
Well, Neymar was denied 4 times times by the Croatian goalkeeper, who was in some imperious form yesterday. But would you think, just reflecting back on these numbers, Neymar had 4 chances. I think Antony had 1, Vinicius had 1, Paqueta had 2. When you look at those numbers and the fact that Croatia just had 1 as against Brazil, you think Brazil just failed to take their opportunities, or was this just some brilliant goalkeeping that we saw?
It was for sure some brilliant goalkeeping, and we could see the keeper not once, but it was again and again. If it's like 1 save, if it's like 2 saves, then you can, like, you know, you can actually say that it was, like, you know, it was luck or it was something else. But I think it was brilliant goalkeeping, even from the penalty shootouts. Like, he did so well. He had a few saves there as well. So, like, for me, it was like brilliant goalkeeping.
Absolutely, 2 brilliant saves, one that of Rodrigo and the other one that of Marquinhos right towards the end. But how about this man? How impressed were you with him?
Well, he was everywhere. He was the star of the game, if you have to, like, you know, if you have to, like, put it in a sentence or something. But yeah, like, this guy was he controlled the midfield, he controlled the game, he controlled the tempo of the team.
Absolutely.
And I feel like, I mean, an absolute star. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. You look at those numbers: 139 touches, which is the most in the match. Passes completed 105. Pass accuracy a staggering 90.52. That too, by the way, is a pass accuracy that he managed to have against Brazil. Duels won 9, balls recovered 7 times, tackles 3, fouls won 5, and chances created 1. That one chance, which was probably the all-important chance as well of the match. Luka Modric continues to just dazzle us.
He does, and there's a reason he was the Golden Ball winner last World Cup, and, like, you know, and he still doesn't fail to surprise us. And we know that even when he plays for Real Madrid, what kind of talent he has and what he can bring, and the kind of vision this guy holds right in the middle of the park.
Pretty much
it's amazing. Yeah, because, like, he's able to see some things which other players cannot, and he knows where his players are at a given point of time, and he knows how to organize the team. Because even though when he's not involved in the game, you can actually see him guiding the players with his hands, telling them where to go, what to do.
And that celebration of his after he converted his penalty really said a thing or two.
Yeah.
So that was Luka Modric for you, really leading by example, and that's all that we had for you right now as far as a review of the first 2 quarterfinals is concerned. But Dalma and I are going to be back with you in just a short while from now, and we're going to be building up to the 2 big quarterfinals remaining for tonight. That's England versus France. That's going to happen at 12:30 p.m. IST, and the other quarterfinal as well. We're going to be building up to the Portugal game as well, as they continue to search for their first World Cup title. We'll get to see whether Cristiano Ronaldo makes it to the semi-final or not. That remains to be seen. But stay tuned to Sports Today. Dalma and I will be with you very shortly with the preview for the 2 quarterfinals tonight. Thank you so much.